We're using this one.
Yeah, yes. Good morning, dear all. Welcome to Sunya Talks, Saturday session, wherein we will discuss the Sanyuta Nikaya Pāli Tipiṭaka as it is project. It is our trials to revive the ancient language which has been lost currently, the Pali language. So we are trying to add the original Pali words in our translations. Thanks to Dr. Lim, A.K. Dhanachara Nagajiva, and Dr. Rajesh Savera efforts and initiative to support this translation project. Thanks to the entire Suniti International Translation Department for working hard to come up with these translations. So with me is Dr. Rajesh Savera, who is famous Ayurvedacharya and the psychotherapist. Welcome, Doctor, to this session.
Yeah. Namaste.
And before we start our sutra discussion, let's have our Sunya meditation practice, red belt, reverse countdown from 9 to 0. Let's continue the discussion on the chapter of Sotapanna, Doctor.
Yeah.
So today's sutra is SN 24.4. Nocha Mesiya Sutta. It might not be mine. At Savatthi, because when what exists by Upadaya clinging to what, by adhering to what, does such a view arise? I shall not be, it will not be for me. I shall not exist, it will not exist for me. Bhante, our Dhamma are rooted in the Bhagava. Because when Rupa exists, by clinging to Rupa, by adhering to Rupa, such a view arises. I shall not be, it will not be for me. I shall not exist, it will not exist for me. When Vedana exists, when Sanya exists, when Sankhara exists, when Vijnana exists, by clinging to consciousness, by adhering to Vijnana, such a view arises. I shall not be, it will not be for me. I shall not exist, it will not exist for me. What do you think, Bhikkhus? Is Rupa permanent or Anicca? Anicca means impermanent, Bhante. Could such a view arise without clinging that this is not mine, this is not myself, I am not, I will not be? No, Bhante. Are Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vijnana, Nitya or Anicca? Anicca, Bhante. Could such a view arise without clinging to it that may I not be, may it not be mine, may I not exist, may it not come to be for me? No, Bhante. That which is seen, heard, sensed, known, attained, sought after, and considered by the mana, is that Nitya or Anicca? Anicca, Bhante. Would not such a view arise in him without clinging? I am not, mine is not, I have not been, I will not be. No, Bhante. When Bhikkhus and Arya Savaka has abundant doubt in these matters, has abundant doubt about dukkha, the origin of dukkha, the cessation of dukkha, and the path leading to the cessation of dukkha. This is called an Arya Savaka, who is a Sotapanna, no longer bound to the lower worlds, destined for enlightenment. Yes, doctor. So, Sutta again started with the discussion when what exists, and again it is talking about the clinging to those views by adhering to what does does such a view arise? I shall not be. It will not be for me. I shall not exist. It will not exist for me. So, leaning towards the nihilistic views, it will not be. And then Bhagwan has mapped this into the Panchaskanda and the clinging towards it. That same analogy of, following that example, it is anicca, and as it is impermanent, it will lead to the dukkha. So, but the Arya Shavaka who knows it and sees the clinging into this Panchaskanda will realize the four noble truths, and thus is on the path. The one is on the path of becoming the Sota Panna.
Yeah.
So,
So here, if you look at it
hmm,
again, the same thing as you see, doctor also keeps on telling us
huh,
that you do not need to be an extremist.
mhm,
Okay, like a permanentalist, that this is me, this is mine, and this is for me, whatever it is.
mhm,
So when you start thinking that form is me,
mm,
form is mine,
mm,
or in the form I am there, so
mm,
some that view is wrong, because form is impermanent.
mm,
But on the other side, what we are seeing here is also the nihilistic view. So the permanentalistic view is also wrong, and the nihilistic view of this is not me, this shall not be me, this is no, I shall not exist, I will not exist, and it will not exist for me. That also is wrong. So when you hold on to views of this and that, means something being permanent or something being impermanent, both views are wrong. Because and Buddha keeps on reminding us the Panchaskanda are basically conditional states. They, depending on the conditional states, they exist, but they are not fixed, and that means they are not having a permanent self. That doesn't mean they are not there. So
mm,
having a view that they do not exist is also wrong. Having a view that they only exist in this form is also wrong. They are conditional states, and hence when you look at this, the word impermanence here is not having a fixed state, and that is the state of shunya. So depending on the conditions, they will keep on changing. So
mhm,
mud, when it is put into a dye, burnt, you get a brick. Okay, brick again crushed and again put down, it becomes mud again. So things change based on conditions, and so are the Panchaskanda. And one who understands this has already become a stream enterer, the Shrotapanna. He is on the path of one day getting that enlightenment. He is destined to be enlightened one day.
yeah, mapping that this impermanence into the Sunya was very beautiful, doctor. Uh, the views I shall not be, it will not be for me. I shall not exist, it will not exist for me. It's related with Sanya perception, because we create labels. I will be this, I will not be this. I will be this, I will not be this. We define for ourselves.
So this is for all Panchaskandas. This is my form. This is not
Mm.
my form. Okay, like
Mm.
for example, the when you were a 5 year old, so were you there? Yes, you are there.
Yeah,
But are you there now?
no,
No. So now what you are is what you are.
yeah.
So is this what your true self is? Because if it's so, after 5 years also you should be remaining like that, which
Mm.
will not happen.
Which, yeah.
So you cannot say this is not me right now.
Mm.
You are there. But
Mm.
this is not your fixed self. This is
Mm.
ever changing based on the process of aging. That is dharma, that is the law. That everything that has been created will one day get destroyed. Everything that is destroyed based on conditions will get created again, and the law continues. So if you understand this, the view is not clinging on to it. When you say clinging, means not having a fixed view that this is it. If you fix it in an ever changing world, when everything is changing, you have only a fixed view as if nothing is going to change or never changing. That's a wrong view. Buddha says, see, understand, observe the ever changing world. In that, you understand the ever changing you. When you realize that, you will be able to then not get into any kind of attachment.
So is it not like inward journey when you understand yourself changing in this ever changing world, then you have good understanding of this ever changing
It's
world.
not only inward. You look at the world around, your conditions around you also keep on changing. The people whom once you loved, who were taking care of you, are no more there. They have gone away. People, things change so much drastically around us. It's not only turning inwards, it's having a more holistic view of seeing what is happening to self and the people, beings, things, and existence around us. And we realize all of that for the self, people, beings, and existence itself is ever changing. And hence, there is no fixed self, there is no being, there is no, people, there is no existence, there is nothing. Because there is nothing fixed. Only fixed things remain. And in this world, nothing is fixed.
Wow.
Okay?
This
Yeah.
is really deep, doctor. It's
It's deep,
getting
but it
very
is
deep.
simple. It's saying, see, if you look at it, it's saying that I and it. Okay? It's saying that I shall not be.
Mm.
It will not be for me. I shall not exist. It will not exist for me. So I and it, you're already having a dualistic view of having two different things. And when you have this dualistic view, how will you ever understand that oneness? Because you're already seeing them as two separate. If one leaf is telling the other leaf that I am different than you, I am the tree, you're not the tree. The other is saying, no, I am the tree, you're not the tree. But basically, both are on the same tree. Same is with us. If we realize that all the beings are on the same planet, on the same existence, at the same time, going through a process of awakening, we then see the Buddha nature in everybody. We start respecting everybody. Compassion is born naturally. There is sharing that happens naturally. The leaves don't fight on a tree that I'm going to take more nutrition and not give to the other one. You see, everything is just distributed equally among the tree, right? So the same thing happens in existence. When we realize it, we start seeing that the only way out of suffering is to have the right view that everything is one. There is no two.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Great. So moving on to next sutta, doctor. SN 24.5. Nathi Dinna Sutta. There is no meaning in giving. At Savati. Because when what exists, by clinging to what, by adhering to what, does such a view arise? There is no dana, no sacrifice, no offering, there is no fruit of, or result of good or bad deeds. There is no this loka, no other world. There is no mother, no father. There are no spontaneously reborn beings. There are no samanas or brahmanas in the world who have realized for themselves through direct knowledge and declared this world and the other world. This person is composed of the four Mahabhuta. When they die, Pathvi, earth, returns to the earth body, Apo, water, returns to the water body, Tejo, fire, returns to the fire body, and Vayu, air, returns to the air body. The faculties merge into space. The mourners carry the corpse away on a bier as far as the charnel ground. The bones turn pale, and the offerings end in ashes. Giving is a doctrine of fools. Those who speak of the existence of anything are empty chatterers. Fools and the wise alike are annihilated and destroyed at the breaking up of the body. They do not exist after death. Bhante, our dhamma are rooted in the Bhagavad. Because when Rupa exists, by clinging to Rupa, by adhering to Rupa, such a view arises. There is no giving. They do not exist after death. When Vedana exists, when Sanya exists, when Sankhara exists, when Vijnana exists, by Upadaya, clinging to consciousness, by adhering to consciousness, such a view arises. There is no giving. They do not exist after death. What do you think, Bhikkhus? Is Rupa Nitya or Anitya? Anitya Bhante. Would not such a view arise in him without grasping? There is no giving, no offering. Beings are annihilated and destroyed with the breakup of the body and do not exist after death. No Bhante. Is Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vijnana, Nitya or Anitya? Anitya Bhante. Could such a view arise without clinging, there is no giving, no sacrifice. At the breaking up of the body, beings are annihilated, perish, and do not exist after death. No Bhante, that which is seen, heard, sensed, known, attained, sought, and considered by the mana, is it Nitya or Anitya? Anitya Bhante. Would such a view arise without clinging? There is no giving, no sacrifice. Whoever speaks of existence speaks in vain. Fools and voids at the breaking up of the body are annihilated, perish, and do not exist after marana, death. No Bhante. Because when an Arya Savaka has abundant doubt regarding these things, doubt about dukkha is also abundant. Doubt about the path leading to the cessation of dukkha is also abundant. Such an Arya Savaka is called Asotapanna, not subject to downfall, certain of enlightenment. Yes, doctor. Now here it has started uh, with the clinging of the attachment towards the thinking, and there is no dana giving. Also they are talking about no sacrifice, no offering, and there is no fruit or result of good or bad deeds. It's again towards the annihilation. Also not believing in the good deeds or the bad deeds or the fruits bearing to that deeds. uh,
So again, I think the Buddha is again trying to say about the two views. One is it is so,
mm,
one it is not so. Here, this person is now holding on to a view that there is nothing after this. So right now, what you see is there, but after that, there is nothing. This is just
mm,
a combination of things. Then afterwards, there is absolutely nothing. So when you have such a view, then you don't believe in the cause and effect theory.
yeah.
You don't say that by doing good you'll get good, by doing
Mm,
bad you'll get bad. So you can do anything because there is
mm,
no law.
mm,
And when there is no law, there is anarchy, a system where anything can happen anytime with anyone
yeah.
without any governing law that guides and binds us together. But that's a wrong view, because that view will has no basis, and to even hold on to such a view will lead you to much better in a bad hell. So here Buddha says that such a person will always have these ideas. What is giving? There is nothing in giving. Well, you can go and take anything you want. You don't need to worry about you can harm anybody. Even if you do whatever you want to do, nothing is going to happen to you because there is nothing good. There is nothing bad. You can engage in any activity and the activity has nothing to do with you. This view is a wrong view. This is a nihilistic view. And who believes that after this life, there is no other life. This is the only thing that you have. So enjoy to the fullest. So then such a person is just in a kind of a enjoyment mode, and that enjoyment is also not permanent. It's like a smoker, he keeps on smoking. Yeah, I'm smoking. Where's cancer? Nothing is happening to me. Yeah, everybody is showing ads. Yeah, just showing for that reason. Then you might see, oh, maybe that person has done something wrong. I've been smoking. It's been 10 years. Nothing has happened to me. He keeps on doing that,
Yeah.
hoping that whatever action he's doing, there is no result of that.
Mm.
And he keeps on smoking. But one fine day, he realizes a thing began with a small cough.
Mm.
It progressed into a worse condition because he had already conditioned himself to become the recipient of that condition called cancer.
Yeah.
And now he says, no, this also happened by chance. It cannot
Mm.
happen by chance, right? So when you keep the ingredients, okay,
Mhm.
you keep all the hay, you keep all the dry wood, and then you put the matchstick on it and you say that it burnt. It burned because you had everything ready for it. So conditions keep you ready for things. So when you have the view that things happen without any reason, that's a wrong view. And Buddha says that such a wrong view is where you end up in suffering. But one who does not hold to on such a view, like means a nihilistic view. So you should, when you look at the Panchaskanda, Rupa, saying that this is Rupa, this is permanent, this is a wrong view. On the other side, this is Rupa and this is not permanent, this is never going to be like that, and we have nothing to do with it. That is also a wrong view. So seeing things as it is very important. And one who realizes it actually is on the path of enlightenment.
Mm-hmm. Doctor, you talked about cancer example. Even though people will say, okay, I have been smoking for 10 years, but nothing has happened to me. How do you deal with such kind of person? Like, should we strive to change their thinking?
No, they will not change their thinking. They have a wrong view, right?
Mm.
The view is wrong. Even if somebody sees a ghost, where will you go and remove the ghost? Because he only can see it, right? You
Mm.
cannot see it. So how can you go and remove that for him? So somebody who has a wrong view, you cannot do anything to that view because he is already seeing something which you are not seeing, which you know it's not there. You are telling him, but the guy still keeps on seeing. So you can't help it. The guy
Mm.
will only realize it when the time comes.
Mm.
So Buddha says for you to understand is you need to have logical reasoning as your basis when
Mhm.
you see things, when you
Mhm.
do things. And when logical reasoning becomes your basis for doing and seeing things,
Mm.
that's when wisdom comes in. That's when your application starts. That's where your action follows. And so here Buddha
Mm.
again says the same thing, that it's very important to have a clear view of things. When you
Mm.
have clear view of things, when you will see that everything is conditional, everything is impermanent. Again, I'm telling, when I say impermanent,
Mm.
means that it is not in a fixed state. It is
Mhm.
ever changing based on the conditions. Okay, you cannot say that if you can make the conditions constant, the effect is going to remain constant. But
Mm.
you take the water out of the fridge,
Mm.
it's going to get warmer if the temperature out is warm. But if you take that same warm water, put it in the fridge, the warm water is going to become cold. So it's changing because the conditions are changing. And here the fact is that conditions are never permanent. Conditions keep on changing ever in this world. We ourselves, we are born, we become young, start getting old, and one day we die. This is the law, that nothing is going to be permanent. Every form will deform itself someday because it
Yeah.
was formed because of condition, and it's going to be deformed because of conditions.
Yeah. But then this sutta is making us understand also permanence also. Like if you the example of water, it becomes warm after we remove it from the fridge, and if we again put it back, then it's gonna be. So this sutta is making us understand permanence in that way. It's all the conditions we will put into. Maybe the discipline also comes in picture. If we consistently do something, then the result is gonna be sure. Like at the every sutta's end, they said, okay, this person has become sotapanna, and there will not be, lower world for them to enter, and this is on the path to attain the enlightenment.
Yeah, so once you realize and see that the conditional state is where things manifest, you will
Mm.
start doing dana, you will start
Mm.
having the practice of
Faith
Shila,
also.
then you will put in the effort, you will be having patience, okay, then that is that ability to withstand the trouble that when you're doing something comes in, you will have clarity, and you will have the ability to see things without any non-differentiation. Then the six parameters are become your tools, and that is why Buddha says
Mm.
your conditional state is going to decide your next formation of the panchaskandha. So please work on your conditions. Practice Shunya. When you practice Shunya, you see for the first time there is a state of a mind which is still. There is a state of mind which does not get disturbed. There is a state of mind which you can observe. There is a state of mind which keeps on ever changing. But basically, when you realize it, you see that this practice is a conditional state which changes your life. Your
Mm.
panchaskandha start changing, your form, your that's rupa, your feelings, your vedana, your saudhya, your concepts, your actions, mental actions, your then your consciousness, it transforms. So practice is what is going to transform you. So at the end, I might, so what we are doing every Saturday, Sunday, when we read, when we study, we are conditioning ourselves. What is this conditioning going to do? Is going to change our concepts, is going to question us to think in a right direction. All the doubts will go away. When the doubts are gone, as it is said here, when the Arya Shavaka has abandoned doubt regarding these things, doubt about dukkha is also abandoned. And doubt about the path leading to cessation of dukkha is also abandoned. Such an Arya Savaka is called the Stotapana. Then now he is a stream enterer, not subject to downfall again. He will never, he will go through the struggles, but for sure he will not fall.
It is feeling like doctor, my voice is lost, but yet I have a voice.
Ah,
So moving
you can
on
take
to
one more.
next sutta, 24.6 Karoto Sutta, acting. At Savatthi, because when what exists, by clinging to what, by adhering to what, does a such a ditthi arise? For one who acts or causes others to act, for one who mutilates or causes others to mutilate, for one who tortures or causes others to torture, for one who grieves or causes others to grieve, for one who exhausts or causes others to exhaust, for one who agitates or causes others to agitate, for one who kills living beings, for one who takes what is not given, for one who breaks into houses, for one who plunders, for one who commits burglary, for one who waits in ambush, for one who commits adultery, for one who speaks falsely, such a one, no papa is done. Even if one were to make all the living beings on this earth into a single heap of flesh, with a razor edged will, no evil would result from that, no coming of papa. Even if one were to go along the southern bank of the Ganga killing, slaughtering, mutilating, and causing others to mutilate, burning and causing others to burn, no papa would result from that, no coming of evil. Even if one were to go along the northern bank of the Ganga, giving gifts and making others give gifts, making offerings and causing others to make offerings, no merit would result from that. No coming of merit by giving, by taming oneself, by restraint, by speaking truthfully, there is no merit, no coming of merit. Bhante, our Dhamma are rooted in the Bhagavad. Because when Rupa exists, by clinging to Rupa, by adhering to Rupa, such a ditthi arises. For one who acts, there is no merit, no coming of merit. When Vedana exists, when Sanya exists, when Sankhara exists, when Vinaya exists, by clinging to consciousness, by adhering to consciousness, such a ditthi arises. For one who acts, there is no merit, no coming of merit. What do you think, Bhikkhus? Is Rupa Nitya or Anitya? Anichavante. Could such a ditthi arise without clinging? For one who acts, there is no merit and there is no result of merit. No Bhante. Are Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Viyana, Nitya or Anitya? Anitya Bhante. Could such a ditthi arise without clinging? For one who acts and causes others to act, there is no merit, there is no result of merit. No Bhante. That which is seen, heard, sensed, known, attained, sought, and considered in the mana, is that nitya or anitya? Anitya Bhante. Could such a view arise without clinging? For one who acts and causes others to act, there is no merit and there is no result of merit. No Bhante. When Bhikkhus and Arya Savaka has abundant doubt in these matters, has abundant doubt in dukkha, in the origin of dukkha, in the cessation of dukkha, in the path leading to the cessation of dukkha, such a one is called a noble disciple who is a sotapanna, stream enterer, no longer bound to the lower world, fixed in destiny, with enlightenment as their destination. Yes, doctor. So here the topic began with, one is acting or making others to act, one is mutilating, getting others to mutilate. Like one is doing and making others doing the bad stuff. But again, it is going towards the nihilistic views.
No,
That,
here it is going towards a dualistic view. The
Mhm.
previous one was a
Mhm.
nihilistic view. There is
Okay.
nothing.
Uh-huh.
Here, there is something.
Uh-huh.
So that's a dualistic view. So
Mhm.
here you have to understand that you're thinking that I am there and there is
Uh-huh.
somebody who is doing it.
Uh-huh.
If so, here again it's about a dualistic view, which is also a wrong view.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you should understand that there is a law that
Uh-huh.
works. That's the law called as cause and effect. If
Yeah.
there is a cause, okay, there is definitely going to be an effect.
Yeah.
But between the cause and effect, there is something called conditions which decides the effect.
Yeah.
You cannot say, if I say 2 plus is equal to what? your result is dependent on the what you're going to add to that,
Addition.
right? So when you're going to add conditions to your cause, your results is going to change. Like for example, I am poor and I don't study. I give all the reasons for not doing any effort to become rich, and I keep on blaming the cause. What is my result going to be? It's definitely going to be
Same.
poverty, right? So, but if I know I'm poor, but I work hard, I put in the efforts, I study, I do the right investment, I have the right association, I keep on upgrading myself. Now my poverty and my conditions are going to transform, and my state is not going to be poverty again. It's going to be moving towards richness. The same is with our lives. If we know our conditions, we know what our state is. Based on changing the conditions, we can change the outcome of a state. And if people realize this, that this is a human body, we have given a chance to upgrade ourselves by conditioning ourselves, by doing dana, by doing your practice of shila, by making sure that you are able to endure, you're having the patience, you're having the clarity, you're having the view of non-differentiation, practicing the six paramitas, you are able to condition your own being, whatever being you are right now, into upgrading it and transforming your life. And that's exactly what the whole sutra is trying to say, that don't hold on to dualistic view or
Oh.
the nihilistic view or
Mhm.
the permanentalistic view. So
Mhm.
all these views you should not hold on to. See as it is, experience things as it is.
Mhm. Yeah.
So I think we are going to also have an issue in terms of our live telecast. We are left with only a few minutes,
Okay.
and because we are having some issue with the Zoom broadcast. So today we can keep this session short
Okay.
because it's a very nice, crisp message that we have to take from here. That is, do not hold on to fixed views to things. Know that everything is changeable. That means there is a positive thing to look, that if I change myself, I can change my world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great message to end the session with. We will see you tomorrow at 8:30 for Hindi Ekotaragama study. Till then, take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye. इसका मैसेज है